Hi everyone, Jeff here with InspectorPrime. In this tutorial, I'm going to be walking you through the projects and tasks interface, which is a really cool tool built right into InspectorPrime that allows you to do some of your project management functions. So we'll walk through how to create projects and then how to create tasks that are then associated to the projects. So again, we offer this within InspectorPrime so that you kind of have a one-stop shop for all of your business management needs. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now to get to our projects and tasks interface, we're going to go to our left side menu, click on projects and tasks. And again, this is a tool that gets after the streamlining your business aspect of InspectorPrime. This is meant, again, you can go in here and manage all of your inspections and all of your other business activities to include kind of the project management aspect of it with associated tasks for your team or yourself. So let's go ahead to the projects and tasks dashboard. Just like every other dashboard, we've kind of optimized this to display key metrics that help inform you at a quick glance and that you can dive into at your interest. So you can see here we have 6 projects in progress. We can click on that and bring them up to view. Projects completed, overdue tasks. So a quick view of what is overdue and you need to get done on your team. Scrolling down, here is the actual projects in progress. So excluding all the stuff that's been completed. Again, quick snapshot. Our tasks dashboard. So the actual specific tasks that you have associated with your projects, as well as the project that it's tied to. And we'll walk through how to link those here in a second. And that is the projects and tasks dashboard. So let's go to the listing. So here we will see all of our projects listed out. And just like in our job management and service management, where the job is the higher level of organization and then underneath of it falls our services, that's how we've structured our projects and tasks. So our projects are the high level things that we're working on, and then we have tasks tied to each project that we need to accomplish to finish out the project. So let's look at a project here that has more than one task. So you can see business development and professional networking. We have 4 subtasks under there that need to be accomplished in order for us to get after the overarching project. We can take a look at the different views that are available. So right now we're looking at list. Let's look at Kanban. So we have our different to-dos in progress and done for all of our different projects. We have a calendar view, so we can see when certain tasks are due. Same with timeline here. Let's get one that displays, hopefully there's something in here with August. It doesn't look like there is, but you kind of get the idea. So equipment management and resourcing, you can say conduct full inventory audit, and if that was scheduled for August 26th or sometime in August, it would display here in this field. You can organize this view by quarter like we have it now, month, 2 week, day. You can see the options here. Gallery view gives you kind of this tile look for all your different tasks. And then grid is another view besides list where you can see the project and the associated tasks with it in one easy to view interface. So let's go back to list here. Okay, so now to create projects and tasks, we are going to go ahead and click on our projects listing. So as you can see, we kind of have the same options. You could add your project here under the projects and tasks listing if you wanted, or you could do it down here in the projects listing. We're going to do it in the projects listing. Now you can either click this button down here to add it, or you can go up to the top right and hit add new project. which we're going to do. So let's say we want Sam to be our project manager for this. Sam's project is to develop, develop an onboarding plan for new hires. We'll add a quick description. Okay. Submit. And now we can see that project pops up here. So we're going to go ahead and open up the project. And we can either add tasks in here, or we can go down to the task listing. Now, I think just from my perspective here, it's a little bit easier just to keep your mind focused on one project if you're just adding the tasks in here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then these are all tasks that are already tied to projects. So we want to create new by adding this little plus symbol. We're going to have status to do. Let's do a start date of this, deadline of that. Sam Wilson is responsible for it. Task. One of the subtasks will be identify acquired software training. Collect the software tools needed by an inspector. Then we'll submit that task and it pops up here. So let's do another one. Let's do one that is dependent on the task that we just created. So we're going to go ahead and add a new task again to do. We'll make it for the following week. We'll add Sam again. Now this task, he has his list of all the software tools. So now he needs to develop a training plan for each software tool. I think realistically, from a project manager's perspective, you'd probably break each software tool out individually, but we're just using this as an example. Our description is going to be build software specific training for the new hires. And now we're going to add a predecessor task of, here we go. And I know this screen just changed. I backed out, looked at the task, and then reopened it. And since we already created it, this is how it appears now. But identify required software training. And now that automatically saves. And you see these two tasks. So basically what that predecessor tag did is it made it so that identifying the required software is required before we actually develop the training for it. So that's kind of the workflow for that. And then again, you can use these different views to display the data however it makes sense to you. So now that we have something for August, we can look at the calendar. And here's the task the project we just created. Develop an onboarding plan for new hires. And it shows up for these 2 weeks here for our two different tasks. Let's go back to list. And now let's say that instead of diving down into each project, you just are in the mindset of what tasks do I have to accomplish today or accomplish this week or whatever. That's where the task listing comes into play. Now you'll be able to see what you have listed as to do, as well as what's currently being worked on and what is completed. So let's find. So this is one of the tasks that we just created. We can get in and we'll see that same view that we saw in the previous interface under the projects listing, which you can edit in here accordingly. We can play around with the views again. So we have our to-do, a nice easy scrollable format. You can manipulate all these different column widths and what's being displayed in your own instance. Again, a timeline. So we're here in October. Let's see if anything pops up for any of these tasks. Not for October. That's okay. You get the idea. So if any of these tasks were to have dates in October that were associated with it, they would display here. Again, our calendar view. Grid view, much like the one we saw earlier with each project and then the associated tasks. And our gallery view. So this is really a tool for you to use as a business owner that makes the most sense to the way that you go about project management. We just wanted to give you the structure. You populate it with whatever makes sense in your mind in terms of how you go after project accomplishment. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to display data, different data that you can collect. So what we have in here is by no means the limit on the data that you can capture. You can tie these to different events that you have occurring in your business and display the data accordingly in whichever way is most useful to you. But again, we just wanted to provide this so that you have somewhere within the platform where you're already managing inspections, employees, schedules, and everything associated with your business. We wanted to have you or give you a tool that you were able to do some project management functions as well. Again, to help make your business as efficient as possible and growing. So that is the projects and tasks interface. Again, up to you how you want to use it. A lot of great capability in here, and I'm sure our InspectorPrime community is going to find some super interesting ways to leverage this to help optimize business operations. But thank you for your time, and I will see you on the next video.